I want to talk about the reasons men don't speak up about their issues. 1. Social expectation and masculinity norm. Men often feel the pressure to conform to traditional masculinity norms that emphasize strength, stoicism, and self-reliance. Causalities of this, these norms discourage vulnerability and emotional expression, leading men to internalize their struggles rather than seeking help. Number 2, fear of judgment and stigma. Men fear being perceived as weak, inadequate, or less masculine if they admit to having mental health issues. This fear is reinforced by social stigma surrounding mental health, which can result in discrimination, social exclusion, and diminished self-esteem. Number 3, lack of emotional literacy and communication skills. This is a big one. This isn't really modeled for men. We don't know what this looks like or how it works. Most of us have never even seen it. Many men lack the vocabulary necessary and the skills to articulate their emotions and mental health concerns. Educational and cultural environments often prioritize physical and intellectual development over emotional literacy, leaving men ill-equipped to express their feelings. Number 4, and this is a big one for me. For everybody that struggles with self-worth, this one's gonna hit home. Concerns about burdening others. Many men worry that sharing their problems will burden or worry their loved ones, leading to guilt and reluctance to speak up. Cultural values that prioritize self-sacrifice and protectiveness can reinforce the idea that men should handle their problems independently. Number 5, perception and self-reliance. Men often believe they should be able to handle their issues on their own without external help. This perception is rooted in the cultural ideas of independence and strength, which can discourage seeking support and lead to isolation. Number 6, negative past experience. Previous negative experiences with discussing mental health, such as being diminished, dismissed, or ridiculed, can deter a man from speaking up again. These experiences can create a cycle of silence and reinforce the belief that discussing mental health is futile or even harmful. Number 7, lack of support networks. Men may not have access to supportive networks and safe spaces where they can feel comfortable discussing their mental health. Social structures and environments that do not facilitate open conversations about mental health can contribute to the feelings of isolation and silence. Historically, we lived in generational housing up until about 100 years ago. Grandfather, grandmother, parents, and the children all lived in the same house. Sometimes even the great-grandparents and great-grandchildren, if not in the same house, on the same farm. Beyond the nuclear family, there was the community, which actually became part of the extended family. These were deep and lifelong relationships that offered opportunity for mentorship, and they also gave a visual model. You could grow up seeing how people deal with things. Because of close proximity and essentially what is a high-touch environment, you could see other people deal with things, and by seeing it modeled, you're better able to do it yourself. Now that the nuclear family has been essentially dissolved for the most part and communities no longer really exist, it's very hard for many men to find that modeling. They don't see it happen. Online, we tend to show people our best, and sometimes even beyond best, what we imagine things could be, should be, who we want people to think who we are. It's not real. Most of what you see on social media is not real. It's a character that people have created for attention or views or likes or whatever their motive is, but it's not necessarily real. Seek out real relationships, seek out mentorships, and once you learn something, seek out menteeships. Find somebody that you can help.